I'm Melly Rackley. I'm a realtor in San Antonio and surrounding areas, and today I wanted to talk to you about how to choose a home builder. A lot of times, you have the idea maybe that you would want to build a home and you're curious about that, but the thought of choosing a builder is overwhelming, as I've learned in conversations with clients. So I thought that meeting with someone who works for a builder might be a great idea because she has been in the industry for over 6 years, has lots of knowledge and experience as a sales counselor. And so I thought having a discussion with her to kind of help give some initial guidance might be helpful and help it be a little less intimidating to go check out some model homes. So the reason I'm doing this video is because I know what a lot of people do. Even before they call me, even though I'm a great resource and even though I can help you represent you on building a home, they go and check out model homes before they ever call me. And that's fine. I know why you do it. You do it because you're not sure if you want to build a home. You're not sure if you want to make a move. You just want to see what the price point looks like and if there's really a reason you want to move. Are they offering anything new and different than what you already have? So trying to be a resource for you in case you don't call me first and include me in that initial stage. I want to give you some information so that you're not intimidated to walk into those. So Jennifer, let's say that someone is on a Saturday afternoon, they decide they're going to go and check out some model homes. There's a new area of town that they're looking that they possibly would move to. So what are the first steps? What does someone need to look at if they're entering and walking in? Let's say that they plan that they're going to compare 2 or 3 in the area. What are the things they need to look at to help differentiate between builders that are desirable in an option?
Well, when people are looking at builders, considering buying or building a new home, I think it's important that when they walk in, that as they're exploring these homes, that they really interview the sales counselor that greets them at the door, because that's the person they're going to be working with from start to finish. That's the person that they're going to be, talking to through any issues. They're going to be picking out selections with this person. So as soon as they walk into a model, it's important that they're greeted enthusiastically by a person who is asking them all kinds of questions about, why they're here, where they're coming from, what's got them looking at new homes, what they currently live in, what they dislike about their home, what they love about their home, and just how many kids they have, what they do for fun, how many cars they have, what their wants and needs are, and where they work, where they're going to be working, the areas.
That's great because the flip side of that, I can say because I've walked plenty of model homes with clients, is that either they're stuffy and they're not really happy to be there, or they're trying to push you on, they just want to sell you a house. They don't care if you want the house, they're going to just sell you one.
Right.
But a sales counselor who really works with you to help determine if they have a floor plan that's a good fit is a huge thing. So let's talk about that. Floor plans. Floor plan is a huge thing to look at in looking at a builder, because if they don't have a floor plan that fits your lifestyle, it's probably not going to work out for you. So you do need to kind of start considering that early on in the process. And a good sales counselor is going to be able, by all those million questions that they ask you, is going to be able to help determine, a floor plan that might be better than one that you think you like. They're used to seeing them on paper all day long, and then they're watching them being built, so they know what that feels like and looks like, the flow and the layout once they are actually done. So in asking questions, they're going to remember that you said, your mother-in-law is moving and might be moving in with you in a couple of years, or that, you've got 2 kids, but you might be thinking of having a third. And so a layout that is conducive to that, or you just started a new business. Well, you might need a study to be able to work your business from home. So they're able to choose a layout that has a good flow for you and help advise you in that. Because the alternative of that is a sales counselor who says, okay, you like that floor plan? Okay, we can do it. We just need to add on 1 more bedroom, 1 more bathroom, a study, and we need to convert this to this other multi-purpose room. Okay, well that's great, and that can be done. But it's not the most cost-effective thing to do all those modifications. And if they are really trying to work and do their job and they're knowledgeable, then they're going to probably have another recommendation that's a better fit where you don't have as many of those changes. So it's really a crucial step in the process in choosing a sales counselor, that is great with communication and help to navigate and figure those things out.
Right.
So next, let's talk about, energy efficiency. That's kind of like a huge buzzword in new home construction. Everyone's got an efficient home and low utility bills and all of that. So, I mean, is that even true? Like, do our homes, that are currently being built across the board with builders, energy efficient?
Yes.
Okay.
It just depends on what level of rating, what energy efficient components are incorporated in that builder's home.
Okay.
So each builder that you like, you might find a home here that has everything in it, and it's at its highest price point. You might find a home over here that you love more, but it doesn't have as many. That's okay, because if it's in the means of your pocketbook, you can actually add more energy efficiency components usually.
Okay.
So just because a builder isn't as energy efficient as another one doesn't mean that they can't be.
Okay.
It's just a matter of, what are you willing to pay for?
Right. So you don't have to, if you want an energy efficient home, you don't necessarily have to go to one that says we've got all this stuff standard. You might be able to find that in another builder as an option add-on. I really think we should do a video that talks about, because that could be a whole video itself, in explaining the different components, the options. You've got the solar shingles, you've got blown-in insulation, you've got all kinds of features that, someone may not be aware of if they haven't built or bought a home recently to even know what's available. So, okay, well, you got her on camera. She's agreed. She's going to do it with me. And we'll do a video to explain some of that. And also another consideration that we'll discuss, or that we need to discuss in that, will be how long you plan on staying in the home. Some of these things do come at a cost. And if you plan on moving in 5-7 years, it may not be worth it if the payoff isn't until 10. Or, maybe it is because it's a super sellable, feature that everyone is wanting in their homes. And I can help you on that end of it, of considering function from that side. Okay. Well, moving on, I think let's talk about, initially when someone walks through a home, with a sales counselor, they're able to kind of see, the quality of the texture, the baseboards, how the flooring is installed, the quality of the workmanship that has gone into the home. But how about once you get into, a home under construction? Because generally, a lot of times the sales counselor will offer to take someone who's interested in their homes into homes that are currently being built. What does someone look at whenever they go to tour those homes?
A lot of times, it's the clean work sites.
Okay.
Like I know that a lot of people do look for that, and I think it's important. So usually we try to keep our job sites really, really clean, and that's important because while we're building, instead of being distracted by the mess, we can actually point out any issues or any changes we might need to make within the construction.
Okay.
So.
I mean, that's hugely important. Also, I think that it kind of, stands as a standard of who is overseeing the construction of that home and how they're managing that job site. If it's a mess, are they also neglecting to see the quality of the construction and see that things are done properly? And so I think it says a lot about whoever is overseeing, the superintendent, of that home. So I think one more thing I'd like to talk about is, the fact that whenever someone comes in and say that they're looking through floor plans with you, there is a base price of that floor plan. And so I think it's important to say that you really need to not plan on that being the max budget. If that base price of that house is your max budget, it's probably not going to be a good fit for you. And the reason is because you're probably going to want some upgrades. All model homes, whatever you're going in and seeing has upgrades. Like, how much do you think the upgrades are in most model homes?
Between 100 and 200,000, and higher. It could be higher.
I mean, that's pretty significant.
Yeah.
So if you're maxed out at the base price of whatever that floor plan says they can build it at, starting at, XYZ, you're not going to have any room to change the flooring to wood or wood look tile, or, add in some of the features of that house that you're seeing in the model home. Now, they're not trying to mislead you by putting those features in the model homes. They're just trying to, they want to show you everything they can do. They want to show you all the options so that you get a visual of what that looks like whenever it's built out. And you probably don't want all of that. So don't feel like you're going to have to spend and max out that. Chances are you're over improving for the area if you do that, because all your neighbors aren't maxing that out. So that's part of where I come in to help you figure out the smart upgrades and stuff for resale value, because that's the same point I always look at it with. You know, I'm hoping that if you decide to sell 5, 10, 15 years later, that I'm going to be the one selling it for you. And so I want to make sure that you're buying a home that is going to stand up for the comps, and that, you know, you're going to get your money back as much as possible. And hopefully you'll have some equity and stuff, and then values have gone up by then to where we're up. But I want to make sure that you're buying smart in that. So there's also lot premium. So talk to us about that, because someone who hasn't built a home doesn't even know what that means probably.
Okay, so a lot of lots do have lot premiums, but they can range between 0 and 200 to whatever the builder decides. But and they're based on a lot of different variables. Some people don't understand why we have them, because what that does is that helps the builder pay for sod, fencing, leveling, surveying, just getting the lot ready to build on. So it helps the builder pay for all of that. And if there's a lot of topography, it also helps pay for the extra concrete that's going to go into building
That's a huge
home
expense
on that property. So there is a reason why there are lot premiums. But with that being said, no matter where you build, I would still pick the lot that you love the most and let them do a test build, because a lot of our prices are based on, you know, what we know about what our lot premiums have to be, because of course we know that most of our homes, all of our homes, need to meet appraisal value, you know. So needless to say, I say pick the lot you love the most first. Let us do a test build on that, based on that, and then if we need to, we'll change lots, or, you know, usually that doesn't happen. Usually they get to keep the lot that they love.
So test build, that's a term she's saying is trying to figure out where you're at in pricing based on everything that you're wanting to put in the home. To kind of evaluate that. I mean, you're going to do all of that and figure that out before you start actually building the home, to make sure that you're not over improving and that your home is not going to cost $100,000 more than all your neighbors for a smaller home or whatever. And so I also help with that, because I can look, if there have been existing homes sold in the area, I can pull the comps on what that looks like, and see from that standpoint as well, to make sure that you're buying smart. So I think that that's probably a good amount of information for today. Hopefully this helps you out. You know, like I said earlier, I can help you build a home. You know, I can represent you in that. And so what that looks like is that I can start at whatever point in the process you are. I can start and help you start researching builders and going to visit these model homes for the first time, and I'm happy to do that. Sometimes you're just trying to feel it out still and you're not really sure. And so I come in later in the process, but before contract, to help negotiate with you and help you figure out, you know, here's some smart things to put in, and maybe you wouldn't consider not putting this in. Helping facilitate conversation with you and the sales counselor. I do this every day. You know, so knowing features of homes and figuring out, you know, from appraisal standpoint and all kinds of variables like that, I can kind of help just be another advocate to help you figure things out and negotiate through that. And that's not at a cost to you. If you're building a home, a builder is usually going to have a marketing budget set up, and so they pay realtors a commission out of that. It's not a price tacked on to the price of your home. So hopefully that's comforting, that you're receiving representation at no fee, and you know it's nothing but to help you. And I'm going to help ensure, you know, that you are you know, not pushed beyond what you really want to be, and help just facilitate that, because I want what's best for you, of course. So we will do another video on energy efficiency. We'll probably do some other videos regarding new homes and other features and aspects of building a new home. If you have got any questions or want us to do a video on something specific, please let us know. We're happy to do that. And in the meantime, I hope that you enjoy other videos I've got in my resource library of videos on my YouTube channel, or on my Facebook. I'm starting to put some. And we look forward to hearing from you soon with any questions or any way we can help you. Thank you.
Thanks. And don't forget to call Melody. She's awesome.
Thank you.
She is.